ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it. Taking bad hits, taking back hits. Subscribe for more things.
Who gave you weapons? Why on earth do you need weapons? And hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another prop replica review, and I think this is actually my first one, but I'm reviewing the Avengers Infinity Gauntlet from Avengers Infinity War. I gotta give a big thanks to Chew for finding this for me out in the wild. Thank you so much, brother. I'm so happy and excited for this right here. If you're trying to pick one of these up, you can do so at
Big. Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
Oh man, I'm very excited for this. I did see Dwight Stahl wearing this thing over at Toy Fair this year. It looks awesome. Anyway, we got a big nice product shot over there. You can see the Infinity Gauntlet on the side. It says articulated fingers in a few languages. And then on the back, you can see another product shot over there. It says articulated fingers, authentic movie sound effects. It's 19.5 inches or 49.5 centimeters. Pulsating stone glow, and then it says fist lock display mode, and then right over there you can see the Infinity Gauntlet again making a fist, and then on the very top you can see that it says articulated fingers, and there's not much more at the bottom, so let's get to it and crack this thing open. And here's the 1-to-1 scale Infinity Gauntlet out of the packaging, and I love this thing. This is so awesome. So much more paint detail than I was expecting from this. I really thought it was going to be mostly flat bronze over here, but we're getting a nice wash throughout that looks just awesome. A lot of sculpted detail. The Infinity Stones look amazing. I'm very pleased with that. I love the functionality of it. This is a great looking piece. So let's get a closer look. We do get instructions with this Infinity Gauntlet. It's not necessary to really read through all of it. I mean, you could just figure it out by looking at the packaging, but you can see that there is just a set of hoops on the inside of it where you put your fingers and thumb through right there, and that's how you move all the fingers and the thumb. Then you have the lockdown mode for display, so that's really cool. One thing worth mentioning though is that you do need to pick up your own batteries, so you need 3 AA batteries, and you just lift this piece right there, and then you unscrew this part and you insert the 3 AA batteries, and you can see there's the speaker, and you just put this in and close that up. And man, I really love the details. We get a variety of color here that just looks awesome. I love this wash over this gold and bronze colors that we're seeing right here. I mean, they just look great. I'm very pleased with this. That is awesome. And I like how we have this whole riveted thing going on right there. Nice theme, beautiful sculpt throughout. I'm really liking it a lot. I mean, this is just the bottom part of the Infinity Gauntlet right there, and it looks great. And then looking at the inside of the hand, you can see some screws. That's one thing I will say about this piece is that, you know, when you're holding it, it's actually not as fun as looking. Well, I mean, it's fun, but it can be a little bit more fun watching somebody else playing around with it, because that way you could see the Infinity Stones and everything a whole lot better. But this is kind of what you're looking at when you're actually holding it. I'm going to switch this off right here and unlock the mode, and you're going to see this light up. Boom! Oh, that looks awesome. Oh, that is so sick. I'm so pleased with that. That is great. But going back to the inside of the hand, and you can see every time you move a finger, it makes that clanky sound. Now, I remember while at Toy Fair, the people at Hasbro were saying that all the sounds right here are authentic sounds from the Infinity War film. So I'm pretty stoked about that. So yeah, you can see all the joints right here, and we have, you know, 3 joints per finger. So that is great. I really like that a lot. You can see how they all bend in and everything right here. So that is just awesome. Nice and smooth on the inside. You can see, you know, the screws. It does look a little clunky and stuff, but that's okay, because this is what it's really all about, man. That is so sick. So let's get a close look at each of these stones, huh? We'll start with the Mind Stone, which, you know, kind of boggles my mind a little bit that this stone is so large, because this is the stone that sits on the forehead of Vision. So, you know, I don't know. I would just expect the Mind Stone to be a little bit smaller. One thing that's also interesting is that the stone placement's very different from how it is in the comics, you know, and I'm going to do a comparison to a comic version of Infinity Gauntlet. But anyway, we get some nice sculpt on this yellow translucent plastic. You can see a little bit of frosting right there in the paint, so that's pretty neat. We see that with all of them. I think that's cool. And then we have the Soul Stone, which we have yet to see in any film yet, so I'm excited to see where that comes from. People are speculating that it was, I guess, what T'Challa's mom was wearing it, apparently. I don't know. Then we have the Reality Stone, which we saw in Thor, The Dark World. And then, of course, we have the Space Stone, aka the Tesseract. And then we have the Power Stone from Guardians of the Galaxy. Looks really cool. As I turn up the settings, you can see that translucent purple a little bit more. Looks really good. Then, of course, we have the Time Stone from Doctor Strange. So I think that's appropriate that it's on the knuckle, because he could probably use that whole effect and everything the same way Doctor Strange did when he had it on his wrist. So I think that's a cool placement for the Time Stone right there. And here's looking at a thumb. Looks really good. The fingers look awesome. I really dig this. This is great. Nice little details sculpted throughout on this. Very, very cool. I am so pleased with this. Then you can see the inside of the Infinity Gauntlet right there, and those are all the hoops. Alright, so I'm an average sized dude. I'm 5'10", and this thing feels pretty big. By the way, Legendary Collector t-shirts still available at ShartimusPrime.net. Check it out if you want to get one. They are in limited supply. But as soon as I put my hand inside here, and I grab one of the hoops, it lights up. And you can see it's fairly easy for me to move each of the fingers. It does take some hand strength, though. Charlita 1 tried wearing this. She has especially small hands, so she had a really hard time moving all 4 fingers with the thumb at the same time. So this is really meant for adults. I think her hands are about the same size of a child. So yeah, you want to have an adult-sized hand to operate this thing, and it is really cool. I really like the clanky effects. It can be a little bit annoying sometimes. I do wish it had some other sounds to go with it, though, like some zapping sounds or some more, I don't know, intergalactic cosmic sounds. But when you press the Soul Stone right there, it makes that humming sound, which is straight from the movie, which is cool. Oh, yeah, so it does a charging thing right there. Just freaking awesome. Moving the individual fingers is not too tough for me. I can do a flipping pose right there. You can do a thumbs up, even though you can't really move the thumb back. I can pick my nose if I want to, which actually isn't too bad. But I can also pick things up with this too. I can pick up a bottle of water. No. Okay, well, let's see if I can pick up the packaging to this Walmart exclusive Thanos figure. Review coming tomorrow. God, no. Maybe I could pick up this not ShartimusPrime figure. Oh, damn it. Or maybe Deathlock? Alright, yeah! Marvel Legends came through! Woohoo! Yeah! I could grab the toilet paper. Oh, come on. Or maybe I could grab this baby. No! I also want to show off the display feature. So yeah, you can put your hand in here and just go ahead and clench the fist. And then you can flip this switch down right there and it stays locked. And then now you have the Infinity Gauntlet on display. And that looks really cool in the dark. Oh my goodness. This is so freaking cool. And then again with all the lights on right there, that still looks great. Very, very pleased with this Infinity Gauntlet. And then to get an idea of how tall this thing is, from the very bottom right there to the tip of the middle finger, it's at about 20 inches tall. Then putting the new Infinity Gauntlet back into clenched fist mode, here it is next to the SCC exclusive Marvel Universe Infinity Gauntlet that we'd gotten from Hasbro a couple years ago. So you can see the comic version right here compared to the MCU version. So yeah, definitely different placement of the stones. Then the colors associated with each stone are different as well. But yeah, I definitely like this one more. I still love this Infinity Gauntlet though. This is all made out of foam. Then here's the Infinity Gauntlet compared to the 6-inch scale Build-A-Figure movie Thanos figure. And I just wanted to compare the Infinity Gauntlets, even though it's really tricky to do because this is such a tiny Infinity Gauntlet compared to that one. But after looking at each of them closely, they are very similar. Of course, we're getting way more details in this 1/1 scale piece right here, but they're definitely the same Infinity Gauntlet. So I like the consistency between the two of them. And then here's the 1-to-1 scale Infinity Gauntlet compared to a 6-inch scale figure. We have the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Whoa! Oh, I want to press the green button. Whoa! Whoa! Oh, I want to press the green button. Whoa! Whoa! Oh, I want to press the green button. And then here's the Infinity Gauntlet once again in display mode. One cool thing about this is that the lights will shut off on their own after about a minute or two, so you don't have to worry about it draining the batteries. I do wish that there was a setting where you could just leave this thing on, because it looks so awesome, and sometimes I'm like, oh no, the lights shut off. It would be nice to be able to just leave it on for, I don't know, a little bit longer than just a couple minutes, but it's not a bad idea that they installed that feature in this thing. I want to thank you guys for watching my video. I hope you liked this video. If you liked it, please hit the like button, leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure you hit that notification bell to ensure that my videos pop up in your feed. I gotta say, I highly recommend this piece. This is awesome. I really do like it a lot. Thus, it gets a stud rating of... And I'm curious to know what you think. Are you going to try to pick this up? I know a lot of people have been talking about picking it up, so I'm curious to know what you think in the comment section below. If you want to see a photo gallery of images, it'll be over at marvelousnews.com and ShartimusPrime.net. And remember, the Legendary Collector t-shirts are available over at ShartimusPrime.net. And if you want to follow me on the social media, you can check out my Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Links to everything in the description below. I'll catch you guys later. Peace!
I'm gonna play with my toys today. Well, I don't care what my people say. I'm gonna play with my toys today. Can't have one, I gotta get them all. Time to make a trip to the local mall. Oh yeah!
That's crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.
Your face, I said my shot, your face, I said my shot,